All right, so last video I was damn near half dead when I made the how to play video. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over basically the guide. I'm not gonna teach you exactly how to play on showing everything that's gonna be in another video, but I'm gonna just show you the guide. Just go over a few of the things and just show you how much work is being put in into Mythic TCG. All right. Again, if you didn't watch the last video on how this game actually saved the studio, make sure you go watch that video. It shows everything of why this was the smartest thing that we could have done. All right. And if you're a TCG player, you understand. You already, I don't even have to tell you why. But if you're a TCG player and if you're new and you just want to learn how to make this, how to play this game, and actually how to, even get this game to the point where you can actually start earning revenue, as in a career of playing the game, not just out here speculating and shit. We don't do that here. Let's get into it. All right. All right, so we're here. Right now, you are looking at the PDF file that I'm going to be sending out for Mythic TCG just to get started. Basically, it's a huge guide. It's super huge. All right, so let's go to the next thing. The objective is basically to take down the life total of your opponent's leader. So you can start off with 60 cards. There's no maximum of how many cards can be in a deck. We start off with 60 cards. They have a deck has 8 different cards inside of it. You have the leaders, you have the support cards, you have the resources card, you have the artifacts, you have the locations, you have the equipment leader. The leader equipment part. You have the K lines, and you have units. I think I said all 8, but you have those things. So each of them come with things. These are the very first beginning leaders that we have. These are people that's inside of our community. So we're working on the new animation style of our new style that we're going with the studio. We're working on new anime versions of each and one of these guys here. There's more people that we got to add into the game. It's going to be amazing. And then they'll have a new there's going to be an alternate art version of well, it depends on who that we do. We have an alternate art version. So some might actually have a different leader. Some might have alternate art version. So we're still working on the details on that thing. But the thing about it is, there's something different about our TCG than any other TCG. You can actually become a character inside of our world, our universe. So that's all about. Just got to support the studio. And you can become a universal. You can become a part of our universe. Universal because we have multiple. We got the big game that we're working on, which is Mythic Story of Abraxas. Then you have Mythic TCG, and then we got like, anime they're working on, and manga, and one of our community members are working on a TV show too. So we got a lot of different things. We're going to be partnering with one of my good friends, Kurt, with coffee drinks. There's so many different things that we got. Our own energy drinks. There's so many different things that we got going on over here in the Hidden Studios. So this is really good. So there's basically 60 cards. The goal is to take down your opponent's life. So different leaders have different abilities and different life title accounts because they have some different. So some have not too much strong abilities, which is why their attack is a little stronger than the rest of them. Then you have some people who have some leaders that have very strong abilities, which is why their strength is up a lot, and this is why their health is lower than everyone else. But guys are going to see the way how the universe of the card game actually plays exactly like the actual Mythic Story of Abraxas. This is pretty cool how we got it set up to where it's like you're actually playing inside of that game, like how the game is played. You'll see what I'm talking about. All right, so each player has a deck of minimum of 60 cards. You have up to 4 copies of cards in your deck. This is a 1v1 game. We are turning into a 2v2 game as well, but that's another game mode. And that's a pretty cool thing. So guys, read this stuff. It's very long. It's like 70-something pages. So read this thing, and you guys get to know. So there's 12 different zones. No, I think it's actually more. I think it's 14. I had to change that. I think it's 14 different zones. 14 different zones. And the game is as we are 5 days old now. The game is again better and better and better. All right, so how do you win? Obviously, I just told you guys, taking down the life title from whatever it is. The highest it can go is 25, so it's the highest life you will see that that a leader will have is 25 health. and take that from 25 or whatever the health is to 0. Or you deck them out, or if a person deck out, they lose. And the other win conditions inside of the game. There's going to be multiple different ways you can win the game. All right, so we have the leader. So here's understand your leader. So right here, my camera's in the way, but it's fine. It says battle right here. It says battle placement. So basically, what kind of leader are they? I mean, what kind of unit are they? Are they a leader card or is a unit card? It shows you where they belong at, if they belong in the leader zone or if they belong up there on the battlefield. I'll show you further on. This right here is the faction, the type of faction they belong in. This is the attribute, Earth. So this is actually not all of them Earth, but it's the attribute of Alexi. This is the rarity, changing it, like the design, like most everything's going to see change here, but this is basically so you can understand how it works. The rarity, this is the attack and life. This is the type. Now, just 3 different things that our game goes off of: the faction, the attribute, and the type. So you might see things like, lightning type units, or you might see them say human units or undercover agent units and stuff like that. So there's a lot of different cool things that our game has as a mechanic. So starting the game, you got different types of things. These are different types of cards. So you have the leader equipment, which only equips to your leader. Some do pretty cool things, like for example, the G Armor 45. G Armor, this is how you pronounce it too, by the way, because the G Armor deck is gonna be crazy. I just came up with this crazy creative idea, and with the G is one of our community members. He's one of our biggest supporters. And in our universe, he's based off of Iron Man, and because of Iron Man can basically at any moment, any fly, change suits. Right, we wanted to use that ability for the deck that G is coming with, so it's gonna be pretty cool. I'm working on some of the cards right now. This card will be in the first 2 sets that we're releasing. I'm saving the other ones for the new set that I'm releasing. I'm working on that too as well. So G Armor number 45, that's how you say it, not G number 45. G Armor number 45. So it's G Armor, and then there's always gonna be like a number, and then they working on one of them. It's called G Armor number, I think it's 12, Abraxas suit or Abraxas suit or something like that. So it's pretty cool. It's a pretty good concept. So here's how it works. So leader, when your leader would take damage, any damage, reduce the number by 1. At any time, you can send G Armor number 45 back to the deck to draw a card. If you are a G or a Warren Wong, which is G's other character, which goes into the story. It's the same character, but it goes into the story. If you know the character, if you know the story of how our game works, where the people that's inside of the hack organization are anti-heroes, like they superheroes but not superheroes, and it's the organization of people that's the counterparts of the SCP Foundation. So they basically sometimes they're in competition with the SCP Foundation, so they're at the good side of the SCP Foundation, but they still do things the way they got to do it to get it done. So what G is the Iron Man of the hack organization. So when he's Warren Wong, the world doesn't know that he is G, which is the Iron Man, right? So Warren Wong is well, pardon me. Yeah, so they don't know that Warren Wong is basically the main character of him, like he's outside like Bruce Wayne, and G is his Iron Man. So when he's Warren Wong, he's like Bruce Wayne. When he's G, he's basically the Iron Man suit. So when you have it, so when you are the G or the Warren Wong leader, and your leader would be attacked directly, you can use this card to equip on it. So if this card is in your hand and you are about to get attacked, you can play this card from your hand for free, and then it basically reduce the damage by 1, whatever you're about to take. So and that's the concept of the deck. The concept of the deck is when you equip the leader of the G Armor on your character, you will be able to take off the armor and then get new armor from the deck. So put the armor back in the deck, and then you can grab a new armor from the deck and put it on too. But it only will be able to do on G. Well, I don't know yet. I don't know how I'm gonna make mechanic. I don't know if we'll make every leader be able to do that, because that would be stupid, right? They want to go with the story. We'll figure out how we do it. But the point is, I'm thinking about making it to where only G leader can do that. If you will probably be his leader ability, right? Probably make that his leader ability, where every time you send the armor back and you can go in your deck and get another one, something like that. But just know that the game is pretty crazy. So we have the armor leader equipment, then we have units, then we have resources, and then we have K lines. Now K lines are super broken. They're like they just game changing cards. So a K line can come out, you can just lose the game. You know, so you want to be careful about those. All right, so again, you got the card name, you have the ability, the flavor text, or the ability, which is always right here. The placement, again, this is a regular unit, so when they're gray, they're regular units. The purple means they're leaders. So regular units battle up front. So just know that. Then you got threat level, which we'll go into that in a further thing, but make sure I'm not going to go into all this. I'm just going to show you this, and then you guys will read it, but because it's really long. Then you have the attribute. Then you have the rarity, then you have the faction again, and then you have the attack and defense, not attack and life, because life it has to come down, and attack and defense is, you know, basically how that works. And then you have the human type right here. So that goes in that again. Going to the leader equipment, basically showing the name, and then shows you just a little different. And most of the cards like this right here, that's not the units. So you got threat level, type. So unit. Also, I forgot to talk about the leader equipment. It's different because they come in different types of ways, where they come in weapons or they come in armor. So you might have guns, bows, swords, staffs, all types of stuff like that. Then you have equipment, leader equipment that's like armor, bulletproof vests, all that type of stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. That right there. So that's the leader equipment. Then you have the resources. Resources like spell cards from Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Magic the Gathering. They got threat levels. Again, same concept right there. These cards can be played anytime if you have the threat level for it on your turn. But urgents, so if you see one that says urgent, like this one right here, you can play only one on your opponent's turn. So you want to be very careful on when you're playing urgent. So if you have a handful of urgents, because that would be a deck soon too, like it's a counter deck. If you have a handful of urgents, you want to make sure if you don't have the urgent card, that will say you'll be able to play more urgents. You want to make sure that you are very careful when you play the urgent, because you're only allowed to do it once on your opponent's turn. So you can't play normal resources, which is up here. You can't play these on your opponent's turn, but you can play urgents on your opponent's turn, and only one. So you want to make sure that you be very thoughtful when you use it. We made that as a candidate to make the game like really strategic and thinking. So support cards are like urgents, but you can place them face down on one support zone, which means also you can only play one support card. So because that's the only card you can play face down, and those cards are normally made for your opponent's turn. They also do some do if you play it on your turn, they do something. If you play on the opponent's turn, they do something. So support cards are pretty cool. And then you can play support cards from your hand to respond on your turn though. It's only be your turn. So if your opponent does something to respond to what you're doing on your turn, you can still respond with a support card to respond to what they're doing. You can't do that with resources. You can do that with urgents, but you're going to do it once on urgents. Well, no, not primarily. It's opponent's turn. If you can do it as many times, you have as many urgents on your turn. But with support cards, they allow you to respond on your turn and on your opponent's turn. If you have a face down a support card, you're able to respond once with that one there. So you want to be very careful on the card that you place face down, because you can't replace it. You can't be like, all right, place this one face down, I'm gonna take it back and place another one. You can't do that. So you want to make sure that you just use your brain on all times when it comes to this game right here. This is a Chad game. All right, you have location cards. Locations is basically just changing the area that you're facing, that you guys are fighting at. Both players can have their own location cards. So that's pretty cool as well. And there's different locations too that you can actually attack. I don't have it up here, but you can actually attack the location. Some of them have it, so if you don't see it down here, it normally have the life of how much it has. You can actually attack and destroy their locations. You can't do that with this one though. Some of them actually has defense of that you can attack. So artifacts, there are two different types of artifacts. You have attachments, but this one's an attachment, and then you have regular artifacts. Regular artifacts are continuous. They just basically sit in the artifact zone, and they can change the tide of the game. So some of them affect the opponent, and some of them basically boost up your units, give you extra benefits in the game. But artifacts are really good as well. Then you have these guys, K-lines. K-lines are bananas. So they have this. They are also like units, because they are units as well. I had to take this Y. I thought I took this Y down. But anyway, I'll fix that before I send it out. But again, they have their own attribute, their own faction, and then they have the hierarchy. Hierarchy is a little different than types. Hierarchy is basically displaying like how broken they will be. You know, if they're like super duper strong, how easy it is to summon them. So if they're warriors, they're normally a little easier to summon. Or call, or they call if they're like a warden. If they're minor, it might be a little harder. And older ones sometimes difficult, but sometimes they can be easy to call too as well. Need I'm still Yu-Gi-Oh minded right here, right? And then you have the outer realms. Outer realms is either they're easy or it's just extremely broken and it's hard to call. But sometimes they're easy to call. Like a Geomax is super duper easy to bring out. But yeah, we got the attack and defenses right here as well. K-lines has their own zone. Some K-lines allow you to play them in the defense or the quick zones, which I'll get into the zones later on. But K-lines could only be placed if they, unless they have the ability to say they can be called in different zones, but they can only be called in the K-line zone. You can only have one K-line in the K-line zone. So you can't like call a K-line and then bring another one and place it next to it. You can't do that. So you can only have one K-line in the K-line zone. If the K-line is in the different zones, like the defense or which is the outer zones, which is the quick zones, then you can call another K-line out there. So you can have multiple out there, but you just have to figure out a way to get them in different zones. So both players had the same zones. Both players have K-lines. They both can do what they want to do with these guys, but these guys are made to change the shift of the game. So if one is getting one side is being steamrolled, if they do control some type of K-lines that can get them out of the situation, they are able to without problems and stuff like that. So like even help you from bricks. There's one K-line which is SCP I think it's 779, but this is the Hang King. So the Hang King, when you have 7 life or less, you can remove your hand and then you call him, and and he's strong. So if you bricked, and he can literally win games because he also negates things as well. So he helped me come back from one life inside of the game. So he's really good, and that's what K-lines do. They can change the tide of the game. I think I was at 1 and Jay was at 13, I think, and I won the game. So you can win games with these guys with 1 health. So that's the thing about that, like that. So the hierarchies, basically I just explained that, this basically goes over everything. Make sure you want to read all this. All right, make sure you read all this. Here's the zones. There's 1, 2, let me see how many zones actually is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it's 14 zones. So here are the other zones. So you got quick zone, defense zone, and then the quick zone right here. So you got quick zone right, quick zone left, defense zone left, defense zone right. So when you have units inside of the defense zone, your leader right here can't be attacked. So you can't attack a leader if they have units in their defense zone. So you want to make sure you get rid of the units in the defense zone before you would be able to attack directly. Now when it comes to quick zones units do not have summoning sickness, so they can come out and they can attack immediately, which is normally how you catch people off guard. So if you have a unit and you could just place in the quick zone and you attack. So you want to also be very careful because you want to be very aware of your life total, and you want to know when to place in the defense zone, when to place in the quick zone. So we made it very strategic. We got to think all the time. And this is the K-line zone right here, and this is the K-line deck. Just where you place your K-line deck, which is the stack of cards right here. You place them into the K-line. You just put them here, and then whenever you want to use it, just go into it, and then play the card. So this goes into everything right here. Go ahead and check this out. Read this right here. This basically shows how everything works, the placement and how things work. You have a unit inside the defense zone. You have a unit inside the quick zone. Armor, leader armor goes right here. This is the artifact zone. This is the field zone. So it basically goes over everything that you need to know. Everything that you need to know. Just all right here. All right here. Again, like I said, it's a lot. It's a lot. I don't want to take too much time in this video going into this, so it's a big thing. Got the terms. Just go and teach you about the terms inside of the game. Go into all that type of stuff right there. You can find this on the website. We're actually working on the website. So because now the reason why the website hasn't changed, due to the fact that we were going to put it up with V3 and change the way the website looked. But now that we have this, we can actually change the website where it looks, and you have both games on there and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool because it's actually accelerate the company even further and faster. All right, so you have these right here. Go and check these out. All this right here, threat levels, teach you about threat levels, teach you all this type of stuff like that. So boy, because I don't want this video to be too long. Let's get into the main thing though. The main thing is NFTs. So NFTs is terrible, but we want to use them and utilize them to make sense because we just think this is a cool idea. Because we play games like Master Duel, you pack a crazy card in Master Duel, but you don't have that card like little SCP Little Knight right now. It's the biggest card right now in Yu-Gi-Oh. And you pack that card, but you want to get it into the physical copy, but you buy a bunch of boxes, you just don't get it. You just don't get lucky. The pack guides isn't helping you sniffing cards. When you open a pack, you sniff the cards, it's not working, right? So sniff game, you know what I'm talking about. You know, T-Samurai, you already know. Sniff game, I'm part sniff game by the way. So open the pack, sniff them. You just ain't, it's just not working out for you. So you ain't getting no SCP Little Knight, or this is Pokemon cards too, right here. These are Pokemon cards, yeah, okay. This is Pokemon cards right here. And let's just say that I pack one of these cards, or I'm looking for this card right here, this Luxury. Looking for this, and I pack inside of the game, but I don't have it in real life. And I played a real life game as well, and I want to go to a tournament, right? And I just don't want to like spend the money that people probably listen to the card for, but I pay $2.99 inside of the game and get packs, and I get packs, right? And so let's say I pay $49 and get a bunch of packs. Let's say about, I think $49 to get you 90 packs inside the game. Get you 90 packs and you pack it. So and you pack, let's say the card that you're looking for is the most popular right now, is Fireboy, Elemental Spirit Fireboy. So when you get Elemental Spirit Fireboy, I believe Fireboy is going to be set about $80 to $110. And you want him, you pack him inside the digital game. Now you just have him in the digital game, but you don't have him in the physical world. So what you can do is you can pay $5.99, get a mint key, and you can mint the mint version of Fireboy. And then what you're able to do is contact, you're gonna have a little financial department, send them the mint that you got. We verify that you got it. Then you burn it, we remove it from your digital game, and then you get sent directly from the studio the physical copy of Fireboy. Now you, let's say that you paid $40 for Fireboy, or let's say that you paid $2.99, open the pack and just got lucky as hell and got Fireboy. So you pay $2.99, open the pack, and you got $80 to $100 card for $2.99. Well, plus this sells about $8 altogether. So what the NFTs do is just allows you to mint, burn them, get physical cards. That's what it's about. So the NFTs are actually tied to physical cards. So we wanted to put that there. That's the only thing it's there for. If anybody is trying to sell you an NFT, they're scamming you, because the NFT is only for you to mint the card that you have. So they can't sell you an NFT, a mint key, because there's nothing with the mint key. So they can buy one, but it's not tied to anything. So you want to make sure that you tie the mint key to an actual card, and then you send it to us. We verify that's what the blockchain is for, right? And then you burn it, and then you get the physical copy. So there's no speculation. There's nobody holding. And if you're into NFTs, don't buy mint keys and just hold them all. You're just giving us free money. So only buy mint keys when you want to get the physical copy. Even if you don't play card games, but you pay attention to the financial side, you are very into the financial side, because again, there's a lot of finances inside these. I paid $44 for this box. I have a box. See this? I never showed this, by the way. I'm gonna show that off. Let this, of course, again, inside the box. Things worth some money. Crystal. It's a crystal Black Panther. Yeah, it's a crystallized Black Panther. So I bought this box for $44, and it came with a bunch of packs, and it comes with a bunch of cards. For people who don't know card games, I'll show you what I'm talking about. And then our stuff is gonna look like this. I'm actually in the middle of working on that now. So you get a bunch of packs, you get a bunch of cards. These cards are useless. I don't actually know, to be honest, they're useless or not. So probably some cards worth more money in here. I don't know. But I know the cards are holographic. I looked them up and they're worth a lot of money. So I paid 44 bucks for this box right here, with all these cards in it. Come with dice, tokens, all that type of stuff like that. We'll have all that stuff for you guys as well. And this pile with one of the cards up here is about 400 and something bucks. So think about that when it comes to how card gaming can be, but you have to know what's going on though. You got to know what's going on. So people that try to use NFTs inside of card games and stuff like that, they're not really doing anything right when it comes to that, because they're just based off the speculation. And their speculations of the game is going to be successful or not. It's not working on like the actual card game and getting people to care about story and all the extra stuff and doing what we're doing. Like this is like this Pokemon right here. This people know what this is. This is my favorite Pokemon, so I bought it because Darkrai's on it. It's my favorite Pokemon. Him, Lugia, and Mew. But you see, I have a Pikachu right here. I don't know if you can see the Pikachu, but the Pikachu is Pikachu in the Iron Man suit, Iron Man Pikachu. And I have Pikachu, mouse mats. Well, my daughter actually stole my Pokemon Pops, but yeah, she thought, damn, she took every one of them. Yeah, I had a bunch of them though, but she took every one of them. I don't have them anymore. I had them. I have a Mewtwo right here. She can't take this. She want this. I'm not letting her take this. This thing is expensive. Crap. Yeah, but she want this. I'm not letting her have me too. And I also love Mewtwo too as well. But my favorite Pokemon of all is Darkrai and Lugia. I can't find Lugia though. I don't have Lugia, but I want to find. When I find Lugia, I'm gonna buy the fuck out of them. But the point is, the fact that I don't play Pokemon. I haven't played Pokemon in like 7 years. But the point is, I know what it is. I care. I love Darkrai. It's amazing, and that's the thing what we're doing. And you know, we're gonna have like little pops and all that stuff. We're gonna have all that stuff, and that's the thing what these Web3 companies is missing. They're missing the feel of loving and wanting something when you see it in the physical world and stuff like that. And that's what we want to bring. We want to bring that thing where the NFTs are the mint keys that you burn. You can grab things. So if you get like a mat inside of the game, you can burn it and get the real mat in the world or something like that. Some type of situation that we're going to come up with. But it's going to be pretty dope. Hopefully you guys like what I'm talking about here. If you have any questions, you already know what to do. Comment, subscribe, like, all that type of shit right there. All right, with that being said, I'm out of here.